It doesn't matter if it's C++, Perl, ASP, Visual Basic, or whatsoever there is. Every language or rapid development framework has strengths and weaknesses, as we all know. PHP has had the greatest appeal among the new web programmer who's eager to build databases, applications, and support XML and Ajax, the new sort of thing. And language has welcomed thousands of new programmers and joy programming. The PHP group should be proud of that, but it also comes with the dark side as well. Now, I'm certain that some of the PHP group developers shake their head at the Visual Basic security mistakes that many new programmers make. The problems are all over the web. There are user issues, so they probably don't concern themselves with them, but they should. Otherwise, well, they'll get owned. Anyways, the same mistakes are being made over and over again, and people still aren't learning. This is an opportunity for the PHP group to provide something new. I mean, how about a new safe mode actually makes things safer in the language and doesn't try to do what can already be done in the infrastructure? Well, it would be nice to have a global way for a script to ignore all variables in the URL. I mean, avoiding unexpected variable manipulation and XSS cross-site scripting forges. So maybe there's even a way to force user to filter inputs and escape outputs every time, helping to avoid SQL injections and all sorts of other common problems. Well, that last one would go a long way. It's an awful lot easier to compromise a typical LAMP server. For those of you who don't know, it's Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP all together in one box. That is then to exploit a full-patch modern Windows desktop. Part of this is popularity of PHP itself, and has to put so many insecure applications on the web. And another part of it is how easy it is to make security mistakes when coding PHP without a defense-in-depth infrastructure, as I said. So, use a firewall, something like that, and which is often lacking on the typical LAMP server. A PHP programming flaw often results in a full web server compromise. Now, that is very, very bad again. So, what PHP group should care more about? I think they should take the mistakes of inexperienced programmers seriously, because many websites are being exploited today are turning into phishing websites designed to steal money and identities from people who don't even know what PHP is. At least you don't want to get blackmailed the rest of your life, right? And in many cases barely know how to operate their own computer. In other words, the applications are abused by criminal element. PHP doesn't need to stand for perfect for phishing, which I just said in the beginning of the show, right? There are all sorts of automated scripts out there that search for vulnerable PHP applications, exploit them when found, and then automatically download as a set of phishing HTMLs and images that make our site suddenly look like the Bank of America's login page. This also happens with ASP and Perl applications too, as well as those written in other languages. But today, PHP is far more popular a target. If PHP group decides to take a leadership role in this by adding new features or functionality that help new programmers take fewer common security mistakes, we'll all be better off. Well, that's at least what we think. And that's the end of this topic, conclusion, period. Right, before I wrap this up, I do have some things that I have to say. As I said in the beginning of this show, Runans technically should be sitting right beside me, or over the web, right? But for some reason she couldn't be here, so probably next week we'll have her on the show with us talking about wireless security and VoIP tapping, so we're looking forward to that. And we're hoping that we could do sometime like a Q&A session, like a question and answer session. So if you have any questions on what we did or what we didn't do, or suggestions, here's what you can do. Email us at Haksploit beyond-innovation.org. If you don't know how to spell that, check the beginning of the show, please. Right. if you have suggestions, it would be rather good to email me than posting on the forum. So beyond-innovation.org/forums. Just register an account and post your suggestions. This is rather a short show, so it wasn't what I expected, but hopefully next week, we're gonna be talking about that. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you next time on Haksploit. Bye.